It's Sunday morning on our winter retreat. It's been a very, very good weekend. I One of the things that it's hit me this morning is I hate to leave here, and it has absolutely nothing to do with not wanting to live my life. It has nothing to do with wanting to get away from it. It's just that so much happens on these retreats, so much risk taking that everybody feels here, and the risks that people take, and it's the healing that happens when you take a risk is what needs to happen. You need to take the risk. And I was told a long time ago that the door to the sick mind unlocks from the inside, and you're the only person that can let the healing happen. There's nobody else but you. And there's a lot of doors got unlocked this weekend, and we all have something that's locked, and we come here and we take risks, and we unlock that door, and we leave here a little bit better people, a little bit more comfortable with ourselves, and that has definitely has definitely happened this weekend. Last week, I was thinking, what am I gonna do on when we sit down and get together and present a topic, and one of the things that came up to me last week is that God as you understand Him, and this is usually something I don't even go to because it is so personal. It's a topic that's so filled with prejudice, and so I stay away from it because you need to do this yourself, the God as you understand Him. And it's so personal that I can do more harm explaining the God of my understanding to you than help. Because it's so conditioned by society and churches and your peers about what God is, that it brings up an instant resistance. And so the ground has to be really open to what you're going to say, and you have to be very careful about how you say it. And last night, I knew that was the topic. It was the only thing I could think of. I couldn't think of anything else to talk about. And so I took the risk of explaining how my understanding of how the world works, how society works, the spiritual laws work. And the first thing I had to start with is you have to just take God's name out of the picture and understand that we're worried about God's name. The God of my understanding, first of all, is totally unconcerned with what we call Him. A God of my understanding that has an ego that's so wrapped up in His name isn't really a God that I can trust. And the thing is, you got to see there is I have no issue with what anybody says God's name is that's okay with me, because it has nothing. What you call God has nothing to do with my understanding of God. And so I have a name for God that I use, and it doesn't really matter, because it's I need to understand that my limited mind needs to put a name there, so that I can have a point of reference to go to, and I believe that's okay. And so it's a very touchy subject, and I was able to do it, and it was the first time I ever sat with anybody and explained that to them, and took a risk. And I, yesterday, because of everything, the powerful shit that went on this weekend, is I thought, there it is I can actually take that risk, and I did. And there was a good discussion about it, and I believe that it helped, because I took the risk, and it was nothing else I could think of. It's with the way God pushes me in a direction, is because I just, it seems like the only right thing to do. And we have a couple hours left here, and then heading back home, and it was an unbelievable weekend, and I'm really glad that we came here. And